let's continue with the much better sequel in basically every way, Riptide GP Renegade. What you could do in Riptide GP 2 will repeat in Renegade, which is why this video probably will be a bit on the short side, but I will point out the major differences and improvements. Here you ride futuristic jet skis. In Renegade they are really futuristic, almost like Transformers, and you try to win in various modes. Race, where your goal is to cross the line in first place? Well, obviously. Freestyle, where you try to gain the most points by doing tricks in a set amount of time. Elimination, where you ride against others and every 15 seconds the last rider will be eliminated. And instead of the hot lap event you had in Riptide GP2, in Renegade they exchange it with slalom. And if you want to be first, then you better not miss a single flag, because then your time will not matter. So both aspects count here, fastest time and 0 flags missed. Honestly though, I think this was a good decision, because the simple hot lap event added a bit to the monotony of GP2, but slalom adds a bit more variety in Renegade. Of course, what would be a racing game like this without the tracks? Renegade essentially introduced new tracks and none of the old ones return. I think they are better designed and actually more fun here, even though they could still have added the old tracks on top of the new ones. And this track with its big waves is quite a lot of fun. The fun part here is that some of these new tracks simply add a new path for you to exploit, or there are some shortcuts you can use. Or better yet, if you want more challenge, then some tracks simply add police on top of everything. You know, just to make your life more annoying. Personally, I am not a big fan of this, because the police just disrupts the actual racing aspect, and more often than not, they are programmed just to catch you and nobody else, and no, you cannot turn them off altogether. Even though, there is a reason why the police only want you in Renegade. So, unlike GP2, Renegade actually has a story. You are Impact! Or Poison. I just chose Impact! And whichever character you have chosen, the other one will be your partner. So, you beat a wannabe champion called Cracks in an official race that happens off screen. He is a bitter son of a bitch because of this and tricks you into an illegal race. In this world, racing outside of the official racing tracks or tournaments is illegal, but you did it anyway. And this first race acts as a tutorial for you. In reality though, this isn't even a race, because your goal is just to follow Cracks. Cracks tricks you and you get caught by the police. 2 years later, and a ban in any GP circuit, your goal now is to get revenge on Cracks and put him in his place. Thus, you have to race, win championships, rank up and get the attention of Cracks, the top dog, even though you legally are not allowed to do so. But sometimes you have to go beyond the law. Which is why in some tracks the police will try to apprehend you. It's because while everybody else is racing legally, you are not. But you have to catch Cracks. And thus, the police, as annoying as they are during the races, they will not care about anything else outside of stopping you. But then again, at some point during the races, they just give up in following you. Or do they? Nope, they just leave it to the next unit to continue the pursuit. And if you are smart, or lucky, you can trick the cop into smashing a wall and they will fall off. But even if you use nitro, the cops will still follow you around, because on this aspect, they do the same thing you do. Meaning, the moment you use nitro, then 1 second later they will use it as well without even doing tricks. It's like they always have nitro up their ass ready to be used when you use it. And before I forget, Along the way, you will battle against new characters one-on-one, and if you win, they will join your crew. Yes, you can race as them as well, but it will not change anything because the characters themselves don't have any stats or anything. They are just cosmetic, if you want to put it that way. However, their jet skis do have stats. Like GP2, Renegade allows you to upgrade any jet ski you want as long as it is unlocked, by using the cash you gain after every event. Or unlock tricks that are essential to gain boost, and these can only be unlocked according to the amount of SP you gain from leveling up. One thing that is absolutely awesome is how your jet ski essentially transforms once you have Nitro ready to be unleashed, and once it's over, the jet ski goes back to its base mode. Now that I think about it, it reminds me more of Knight Rider and how Kid transforms into Pursuit mode in later seasons. Does anybody remember Knight Rider? Man, the 80s were awesome. And if you want to enjoy this awesome transformation outside the tracks, in the selection menu, you can literally see how they transform. This was a damn amazing idea and looks really cool. I mean, just look at it. This time around, developers Vector Unit not only kept couch co-op, but they added online multiplayer. I don't really care about it though, I just point it out because it's necessary and, well, it's in the game. Adding to this, there are also some Easter eggs to be unlocked. Each track has an egg hidden somewhere that you can collect, but it's just that. An Easter egg, a literal egg, that doesn't really add anything to the game. But it's nice that it's there, I guess. The difficulty was increased by quite a bit compared to GP2, especially towards the end of the story mode. This was quite welcomed by me because GP2, while it could be challenging at parts, it still was a bit on the easy side. So Renegade did a better job here, and as a result it's more fun. Of course, with the added overall changes in upgraded graphics, sound, character, story, is more visually impressive, etc. Still, Renegade will not be insanely difficult by any means. One thing I find really odd is this. You don't see it? Okay, let's zoom in a bit. A bit more. Just a bit more. You will even see this in the slalom events. It's like the slalom flags, the lights, or even the menus are interlaced for some reason. And no, you cannot change this. I really don't know why this had to be a thing, but while during the races you will not really notice it that much unless you pay close attention to the directional signs or something. As stated before, Riptide GP Renegade is quite a few steps ahead Riptide GP2, and rightfully so. Developers Vector Unit seem to have understood what worked well and could have been better for this sequel, and thus they did exactly that, improved it in the right areas. Well, almost. They should get rid of this interlaced effect or whatever it's called or whatever it is. One thing they now need to do is to release these two games physically with the first game added as an unlockable or something, and then all is good.